So here we have 2001 Lego Snape's Class from the Sorcerer's Stone, one of many in the line. It is set 4705 and was originally $20, which is pretty cool. Now this set goes new in box for $63 and used for $35. Those numbers are a little bit higher in reality. I paid $20 for this, which was awesome. I think it was a pretty good deal, and it came with a box, which is pretty rare. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so here we are. I did want to mention, since this came with the box, it came with a couple of fun things. So the back of it shows some different play features and how it connects to the full castle, which is really cool and gives you a very strange alternate build, as well as that one. And on the inside, as a lot of these sets, you could kind of cut open the backs of them. We have the instruction manual. It did come with a poster that I gave to my sister, a small little postcard, because back then the internet wasn't very reliable, so you did a lot of catalog ordering, as well as this. It's in the shape of a manual, but it's like all of the sets that were popular coming out in 2001, which is really cool. It shows all the ones in this little catalog. So I really miss that about Lego, having like a catalog that you could look at other sets. Of course, now everything's online, but I just thought it was cool, and it was really nice that it included in this box for the set. So now this set comes with 3 minifigures. We have Ron Weasley, Professor Snape, and Peeves, which I'll give you a closer look at. So here is Ron, looking pretty good, very plain, original 2001. All the sets that came out for the longest time looked like this, and they never had any variation in the minifigure, which was fine for the time. We didn't know any better. He does not have a double-sided head, but he does have a starry cape, which we come to know for the old Harry Potter sets, which is pretty cool. He has a gray wand. That's what he's holding there, and a light gray Hogwarts uniform with Gryffindor. So pretty good. Again, this seller, all the Legos looked really, really new, so that was awesome. And then we have Snape with his uniform here and his like kind of purple look. They, for some reason, wanted to make Snape with glow-in-the-dark heads all the time back then for some reason. So he has a glow-in-the-dark head, which is pretty cool, and kind of a menacing face there. Again, pretty neat. Always nice to have Snape. And then we get a rather interesting character. We get Peeves the Poltergeist, and this is the only time you see him in Lego form, and this is actually one of the few times Lego has gone off of a character that we see in the books, but not in the movies. So they kind of just had to make him up. The printing on the torso is very interesting. I guess they tried to make it kind of fadey and ghost-like. It's a little bit weird, but nonetheless, there he is. This one is an interesting addition to this set, in my opinion, just due to we never see Peeves in Snape's Class to my recollection, but there he is, pretty plain and gray, but nice to have a school ghost, I guess, or a poltergeist, rather. And then moving on to the set itself, I actually think that it holds up pretty well still today. It does fold for a little bit of dimension if you wanted it to look like this, but I think that actually facing flat, it looks pretty good on its own. We have a little bit of the green roof to kind of continue on if you wanted to add it to the castle. You have a little bit of look there, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it has, I think it does well to resemble a classroom here. We have a couple of potions up front, some potions and a cup up top. This nice printed brick with the potions and the skull and everything right there, which I think looks pretty cool. We've got some fire by the doors, a purple magnifying glass, which is a really cool piece. We have a book back there on kind of a little slant. We have a little rat, a nice translucent spider, and a cauldron. There is supposed to be a yellow ladle. That was one of the only pieces that this set was missing when I bought it, so it's on order from Booklink, but it's just not in yet. And then if you scoot it back, there's actually like a little spell down here, which looks rather menacing in the red and white and black. So a little secret there, and I think that it does a pretty good job of giving the illusion of really high ceilings, which would be sufficient for, a potions classroom in the dungeon. My only thing is there's these gaps here, which could be taken as like high windows or something, which I don't mind. I think that actually looks pretty cool, but we're in the dungeon, so there's no windows at all. So just keeping that in mind, they probably, just to lower piece count, didn't fill in that space, but I actually think it still looks relatively nice, and it is on the 2 thicker base plates that they started with in the early Harry Potter years. The bricks along here, the gray, is a little bit odd. I guess it's just to give it some height. I feel like it needed a connector on this side or maybe another roof. These little bricks kind of just stick out. Here is the back of the building. So not very great exterior. You can see the door and a lot of the interior. So not the greatest on that front, but still I think that it's decently detailed and does pass off as a potions classroom, in my opinion. I like the flames by the door. I think that gives it a nice look, as well as the stone doorway. Helps really give the look that it's in a dungeon. And then, of course, this set does have a couple of play features. As I mentioned before, on the back here, you can move this cauldron back and forth, so you can kind of push it over. It's not very set in stone, so you can push it over and, you know, reveal this little spell. The spider web can move up and down if you don't want it displayed in the classroom at the time, which is pretty cool. Underneath this table here, we have a frog. It's always nice when Harry Potter sets included the frog, I thought. And I like that this table lifts up and down. That's really neat, in my opinion. The door, of course, opens. This moves side to side. And then, of course, the other one is this little hatch comes undone. So I assume that you can kind of have Peeves, if he wants to come disturb the class. He can kind of swing through here, knock off all the bottles in theory. So there is that, which is kind of neat. But overall, I think that it definitely gives the appearance of a dungeon-like classroom, and it's really good for 2001. You know, I actually was relatively impressed when I put this together. I think that the dark bricks look good, and that, especially that stone around the door, really gives it that dungeon effect. And, you know, you've got a little table and some spells. You definitely can tell it's like a potions classroom. So I think that it looks really good. I think that the minifigures that came in it are pretty good as well. I would have preferred another student. They didn't really make anybody other than Ron, Harry, and Hermione in terms of students, other than like Malfoy. But we did get Peeves, but he's a cool extra, a non-common character to get in this set. So it's pretty cool. Overall, I really like this. I don't know if I mentioned before, but I found this on Macari for like $30, and I had a $10 off coupon. So I only paid $20 for a set like this inside the box. So I think that it's, you know, really, really awesome. Minus the ladle, which I'm getting. It's on order. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed my video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.